Ben ritrovati, siamo sul floor del New York Stock Exchange. Il giorno dopo il buon rialzo innescato dalle parole del presidente della Federal Reserve Ben Bernanke, oggi gli indici sembrano non trovare una direzione ben precisa. Ne parliamo con il mio ospite qui sul floor, che è Otto, Designated Market Maker per Knight Capital Americas. Mark, thank you so much for being with us again.
Thanks for having me back.
So Mark, today seems that not much is going on. We had a great day yesterday, Ben Bernanke effect on the market.
Yeah, definitely. He made some comments yesterday that that definitely swept the market higher. It seems as though he's indicated that interest rates will remain low until 2014, which is what they had said initially, but people were sort of speculative that if growth was actually growing at a faster pace, that he may actually intervene and do something before 2014. So it looks like rates are going to remain low, and he is, backing the idea of a QE3.
So it's still an option, and a lot of people
Absolutely.
are expecting it, this summer already.
Absolutely, it does seem as though, well, if yesterday's market rally is any indicator, that people are sort of banking on it.
And today the answer, of the market is not too bad, considering that we touched 2008 higher, for the highest for the S&P 500. I know that it's a very important week. Probably it's going to be a kind of a volatile week. It's the last one of the quarter.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to have GDP numbers coming out on Thursday, so we're looking at 3%. I think the range is 2.8 to 3.7. At the same time, we're also going to be looking at those unemployment numbers, the initial jobless claims. So we're looking at 350,000. The previous was 348,000. So that definitely could have an impact as well. Friday is the end of the month, so you may see some window dressing as well on top of that. And also on Thursday is the BRICS Summit in New Delhi, India. So I mentioned that earlier. India had proposed standing up their own BRICS bank to help developing nations. So that I'm going to be looking for comments out of that as well.
And also finance ministers in Europe are meeting on Friday.
Yes, absolutely. So latest indications are that Germany is somewhat compromised. It looks as though they're going to take the ESFS and the ESM. I think the schedule is for July for them to try and put them together. It comes up with about 700 billion euros. We have a new acronym in the market that we were just talking about, the EOCD. I'm losing my mind with all these new acronyms out of the Eurozone, but the EOCD has actually indicated that they're probably going to need about €1 trillion to truly have a real firewall that's going to help benefit and weather off anything that might happen.
So that's probably going to be part of the conversation, on Friday. Now, going back to the end of the quarter, it's been a great quarter for the S&P 500. So far, the gain is around 11%. Now, we are approaching April. Last year, April has been a difficult month. I mean, we reached the highest of 2011, and from the high, we just slowly came down until, finished the year in a negative way. Now, considering that earnings season is coming too, what do you expect?
Well, the interesting thing that's different about this year than last year is this year is an election year. So, as I said, it's going to be the end of the month Friday. We may look for some window dressing off that. However, with earnings, my concern is if oil continues to climb or remain at these levels, it's going to be very difficult for corporations to meet their quarterly profits. So one thing I'm going to keep an eye on is if they're going to change their forecast prior to their earnings. So that's something I think a lot of traders are going to be keeping a watchful eye on.
So more like the perspective for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Now, tell me about technical levels that we should monitor.
Right now, the S&P, we're right at, what are we at, 14, 17? Resistance, I'm looking at 14 and a quarter to 1430. On the downside, support should be around 1400 and then 1385.
Okay, so we'll monitor that and we brace for the end of the quarter.
Yes, absolutely. Hope for the best.
Thank you very much, Mark, for being with us.
Thank you again. Pretty good for not much going on.